Welcome back to Critic. Today we're going to be reviewing Soul. So, first off, I just want to say Soul is a great Pixar film, great add-on to the Pixar films, unlike some others, not going to name them, but yeah. It was a good film in the sense that it was, a film that adults and children can both watch, unlike, going to the theater, the family's going to the theater, and, the mom and dad go there for the kids' enjoyment. In this film, everyone can enjoy it, and it's a lot deeper, not in the sense it's deep as a Pixar film can go to still be known. That's not really too edgy, but yeah. And a lot of people also thought that it would be a lot like Inside Out, and in the comments of the trailer and stuff, you're like, oh, Inside Out. No, it's not anything like Inside Out. You get to kind of go through Joe, who was a band teacher, and gets a gig of a musician, which a popular musician in his town, which he's always wanted to do, lifelong dream of his, and then he dies within the first 10 minutes of the film. So that's what happens. Then he starts going to the great beyond, but he's like, no, heck no, and kind of finds a way to break through and goes to the great before, which is kind of where kids are getting their identities and stuff. And he becomes a mentor there, and then he gets paired up with 22, which is kind of stereotypical, won't listen to anyone, kind of won't do anything, but then once the main character, they start getting along. So, and then they kind of go through the, self-evaluation, they kind of get to know themselves better than they thought they did, and they kind of come to this realization. 22 finally realizes that, she does want to go to Earth, after experiencing it, she, wants to go to Earth, and she wants to live her life. And Joe, who is Jamie Foxx, finally realizes that musician isn't like his true thing that he wants to do. After doing his gig, he's kind of like, well, he's underwhelmed, let's say, and he doesn't really know what to think of it, and he's just like, oh, well, okay. And then he does end up going back to the great before, where he left 22 after he was able to go back to Earth and do his gig. And he goes back to the great before by getting in his moment and going back. And then when he gets back, 22's kind of, in this depressed phase where when you're depressed in the great beyond, or the great before, it turns this like black monster thing. And, he, helps her out, gets her out of there, and then gives her the Earth sticker. Once you have the Earth sticker, the kids in the great before, once you have the Earth sticker, you're able to go down to Earth. He took it and went down to Earth. So he gave it to her and said, go live your life. And, she finally listens because she's, and they're like, oh, no, I don't want to, but inside she does. So she goes down, and then Joe's like, oh, well, my time to go. So he starts, stands on a thing that's moving him to the great beyond, which is, where you die. But then the people that are kind of the workers of the great beyond and before one comes to him and is like, well, we want to give you a second chance. So they, give him a portal to Earth where he can just, hop through and go to Earth. And, he takes it, and then when he goes to Earth, it kind of ends there. So it kind of leaves you at that, cliffhanger, so you kind of can decide, will Joe continue his musician path, even though it kind of was underwhelmed after his first gig, and, something like, oh, okay. Or will he continue as a band teacher and lead other kids to, band success? And it kind of gives you, well, what's going to happen to 22? Will Joe and 22 meet up on Earth again? Or will, they never see each other? So it kind of leaves you at that. I'm going to give this film a solid A on my scale. I thought it was a great film, and that, anyone should watch it, and should watch it. Definitely if you're a Pixar fan, should watch it, because it's definitely a Pixar film. And, that's my critique on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next video.